Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast That Wouldn't Die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool will give up a chance for a 30% discount.
Caitlin was cute, airy, hardly a reason to pop like a zit.
What happened?
Caitlin exploded.
What? Like a bomb?
No, like a balloon.
What?
Will I get these back?
Do you want these back?
And the hell are they gonna let us out of here?
When I know it's not gonna happen again.
Then what's gonna happen again?
It happened again a lot.
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast That Wouldn't Die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
Hello!
This week, we're discussing the horror, comedy, romance. It defies genres, is what I would say. It's spontaneous, starring... There's some actors I kind of recognize in this. I mean...
There's some people.
What's funny, just to jump ahead, is like the people who I recognized were her parents. I recognized Rob Hubel and Piper Perabo.
Oh, yeah.
And that was about it. Well, who's to say? Anyway, each week.
She's familiar to me, but I was mesmerized by her giant boobs.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Fair.
I mean, she wasn't doing like deep cleavage, but heavens, she's gonna have some back pain later on.
Heavens to Betsy. Well, the other thing, she's a high school student, Aaron. So clearly, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyhow, that being said, each week on the podcast, we discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. But we have a special guest this week. A special guest, host of the Movie Loot podcast. We have Carlo. How's it going?
Hey, the vagrant podcaster, like I said. doing good.
Excellent. I mean, we had you on way back when to discuss The Fly, which I have to say, good movie, but a banger episode. I think we had a ball talking about bizarre body horror and Jeff Goldblum's acting style, all sorts of good stuff.
That's the kind of thing that comes out from talking about body fluids and insect human transformations.
Fluids.
I will do it every time. Aaron, what's the latest with you?
Just got back from Vegas yesterday. I went to see No Doubt at the Sphere. Fucking amazing. At one point, I was a little drunk, and I just started crying to one song. And then the next day, everyone at my hotel was either seeing No Doubt at the Sphere or BTS at the Allegiant Stadium. So I got online and got tickets to go see BTS for the next day. And check that out. I did not know the name of one of their songs until our sister-in-law texted me. She's like, listen to this song. We were just going to, because FOMO.
Right, of course.
Now I'm obsessed. And I tried to buy merch. Stuff is sold out. Before the show started, everything was gone. And they're there for like 6 days.
I mean, they may be the biggest band currently, circling the earth right now. Honestly,
dude,
it's never too late to get on the K-pop pad.
Yeah.
I knew nothing about them. I just needed to be there to check out the phenomena, and seeing that the whole stadium was just full, and they all have these little orbs. that are Bluetooth to the band, so they all just the whole place is glowing and pulsating. It's a freak out. We left like 20 minutes early so I could get an Uber because they said it's a hellscape getting out of that place. But I heard Dynamite and I said, Heather, let's bounce. That's it. That's our high point. Let's go.
Well, we've talked about this before, Aaron. You are somebody who's very much like, I just love live music. If it's a dude with a banjo, a guy playing like the Spoons.
I will take that back because I went to see Love and Rockets because I really wanted to see the opening act. Yeah. And I only know 4 Love and Rockets songs. And let me tell you, their hits are amazing. The rest of their shit sucks. Now, Bauhaus fans are not going to enjoy that little comment. But I was like, I'm bored. Let's get out of here. We looked at the set list. If we stayed all the way to the encore, I was going to hear one more song that I knew. And I was not down for another hour. So,
no thanks. Well, we've said this before. My attitude is I have to love at least 5 of your songs to get off the couch. I'm not going down there to spend an hour with you where it's like one song I kind of recognize. Not doing that. No thanks. No. Not my jam.
I'll tell you,
even bands BTS I love, I had to think.
Electric.
For reals. So.
But I got tickets for $100, so that's what happens to you. Wait till 2 hours. I kept checking StubHub and watched them slowly drop. Now, saying that, I was in the upper tier, not the top tier. They were about like a grain of sand.
So I can only imagine what the arena tickets would cost.
Oh, on the floor were thousands of dollars. They range from $2,000 to $5,000, and it was sold out. Those tickets were not for sale; they were completely sold out, even on the secondary market.
I mean, I went and saw the Backstreet Boys at Staples Center, and I think it was partially obstructed. And they were practically giving it away, and I still had a good time. What can I say? So there you go.
This was a much better setup than when we went to see Depeche Mode at the Crypto. That was a horror.
Is what it is.
I was too frightened to stand up. It was so steep.
It's right.
I thought we were going to die.
You need like a billy goat and a Sherpa to get to the seats, essentially.
I turned to Kevin and I said, I'm not getting a drink, and I'm not going to the bathroom until this whole thing's over. No. I'm too frightened.
I'm tying myself to a seat.
It's like the Iger sanction up there or something like that. You have to tie yourself in just to make sure. Anyway, that's a deep Clint Eastwood cut there.
So now I just went and ordered a bootleg BTS shirt with my favorite member of the band. Heather and I each had to pick our favorite Korean 30-year-old boy member.
Who's your favorite?
Take a minute. I forgot now. I think I ordered V's. I ordered V, but he's not my favorite. I think it's like RN or KN or something. I keep trying to remind myself. But they're not boys so much anymore. They're all in their 30s.
Well, and what does BTS stand for? I don't even know that. This is a quiz now.
Too. This is a quiz now. I mean, I could look at it. It's something like Boy Scout something or other. There's a whole there's the BTS Army. I did buy this little plushy bomb that's hanging from my dashboard, but you're asking the wrong person.
Okay.
There's 7 people to keep track of.
That's a lot.
It was like watching Backstreet Boys, except more insane. More cult-like, you might say.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Anywho.
You know how you can sign up with your bands to get messages and get pre-sale?
Of course.
No, you gotta pay for theirs.
Yeah, Aaron was not that far because apparently in Korean the original name was Bangtan Songgyeondan, which translates to Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Also known as the Bangtan Boys. But yeah.
Okay. That's kind of a cool
well, that's
name.
what
I
I've
like
been
it.
doing since I saw since Sunday night. I've just been Googling weird facts about
Research.
I'm
Leave
doing
those boys
research,
alone.
although I still can't remember the name of my favorite member. I think it's the one who speaks the English.
I have to learn some songs.
I know. Until I have downloaded 2 songs, Butter and Dynamite.
I don't know any of
I
these
made
songs.
all my students listen. All right, enough of BTS. It's currently my obsession. It'll pass.
Aaron, give us your 30-second synopsis of Spontaneous, which is, after all, the reason why we're here.
So imagine you're at a high school and people just your age just keep exploding. And what would you do? And what would the government do? What would your parents do? And then what happened if it just went away? Well, that's what this movie's about.
Yep.
Fair.
How about that?
The cosmic bullshit of the universe.
So, had you ever heard of this movie before, Aaron?
I had not. I
Okay.
mean, why aren't there more movies about spontaneous combustion?
There was one.
Fascinating.
There was one in the 80s, literally
70s
called
or 80s, yeah.
Spontaneous Combustion, and it stars Brad Dourif, and I know nothing else about it. That was a movie.
No, yeah.
It used
Same
to be
here.
much bigger, like in the 80s, I think. In the Time Life series of weird things.
I
was
remember
like
some like
Lizzie
documentaries about
Borden,
people
spontaneous
disappearing,
combustion,
Yep.
shit
Yeah.
like that.
like quicksand. The kind of things that
Quicksand.
you have to be afraid of. Yeah.
100%.
Dude, now I have experienced quicksand at the beach. And I was drunk or high or on mushrooms, and I would pull myself out, and then we'd try to run across it as fast as we can again. And then sometimes you get sucked up to your knee, sometimes to the waist. And we just dragged ourselves out and did it again.
Are you making up bullshit? Are you serious?
Oh, this is college hijinks. Maybe the same year I almost drowned in a river too. So
Is this
you know,
a University
I
of
just
the
remember thinking,
Amazon?
my mom's gonna be so pissed.
What?
You know, an hour from Humboldt, it's 90 degrees, and there's big rapid rivers, the Mad River. It's called Mad, so I guess you're mad if you jump into it in the middle of summer without an inner tube.
Okay.
But if you were on mushrooms, at least you have something in common with the lead character.
That is true.
I like how she starts off just with actual mushrooms. They look like the mushrooms from the grocery store.
Shiitake.
I was like, what the hell?
Portobello.
Exactly. Those the baby bellas from
No.
Trader Joe's.
Now, Carlo, this was actually your movie suggestion. What is your history with this movie?
Okay, so I hadn't heard of this movie also before I first saw it a couple of years ago, and it was actually recommended to me by Josh G, our friend Josh G from Your Next Favorite Movie. And one of my birthday loots that I do for my podcast, where I ask people, recommend me something, and he came up with this recommendation. I saw it. That was, I think, 2023, and I just loved it. I loved it, and it became one of those things that I just kept recommending to everybody whenever something came up. Have you seen this movie? I think it's one of those movies that got sucked up in the middle of the pandemic because it came out in 2020, and I think that's why nobody hears about it. But I just loved it, and I, one of the things is that out of all the suggestions that I did to you, this is probably my favorite of all the movies that I recommended or suggested to you,
Well,
but
that's
probably
good.
one of the least that I wanted to speak about. No, but the reason is that this movie goes to some places that are deep and hard and very very tough. And there are other of the movies that I suggested that I thought or I felt were more in the vibe of your show, more comedic or more fun or more. And this is not a fun movie necessarily. It's a comedy, but it's also drama, and it goes to some hard places, especially in the last act. That I was rewatching it yesterday, and I can't confirm nor deny that I got some tears in my eyes as I was rewatching it.
Like Aaron at the No Doubt concert.
See?
Just like that.
But that's my story with it. I really loved it.
Yeah, because I had never heard of it before. And it's true. It's like in this day and age, there are obviously a million movies out there. And so you never know which is kind of a studio release, which is kind of an independent release, and which is kind of like deep independent. Somebody filmed it on their camcorder in a basement or something, you know? So it's
on their iPhone.
On their 100%. So it's always kind of interesting. I think that's kind of, we've been on other podcasts where they tell us this is the movie we're doing. I'm covering this movie. Come on and talk about this movie. But I like to kind of turn it around and say, hey, what is something that you're kind of vibing with? Because I don't think I would have ever even have heard of this movie if it hadn't been for your suggestion. So I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I love that. Let's see what you think about it. Then I'll tell you if I love that.
Fair. And I understand what you're talking about. Generally speaking, the vibe of our show is kind of comedic, right? Like we kind of are going for talking shit about the movie for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But not always. I always have to remind people.
We like a good movie.
We like a good movie. People think
we're
like,
usually talking shit because we don't like it, or it's meant to be funny.
Fair. So this is kind of a different vibe, no question. Why don't we go right to the highlights then? Aaron, why don't we start with you? What do you got?
I thought her scar on her head looked like a Harry Potter scar. The one from her boyfriend's jaw.
Oh, right.
Let's clarify that we're going to get in spoilers, right?
Yes.
So if anybody hasn't seen this movie, I definitely recommend you check it out first and then come back and listen to the show.
I like to think we're like a book club. You go watch it and then listen to us and whether you agree or disagree.
Fair. I put in the show notes spoilers aplenty, like Chips Ahoy. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're getting 2 scoops of spoilers. You get the whole, all that good stuff.
Chips Ahoy. I always thought they were terrible.
What do you mean?
And yet they still exist.
Yeah, they're just chocolate chip cookies. I mean, it's not great. Homemade is better, but you 100%. Obviously. But if you're in a hurry and you want some,
who's in a hurry? Nurse, Chips Ahoy, stat.
I missed that episode of The Pit. Parents are refusing the Chips Ahoy. We need to yell at them until they eat them.
That's why they're exploding. They don't have their Chips Ahoy.
100%. This movie really starts with a bang. I mean, it's 2 minutes into the movie, and the first kid blows up. Bang. And
the popping kids was very effective.
It was.
It was gory without being too gory. You just saw like an explosion, a splat.
Yeah.
You didn't see like a heart flying out or a chunk of this or a chunk of that.
It's not a full slice of
chunka.
Right. They basically become like water balloons. With the 100%.
Yeah.
They're basically liquefied when they go up.
Yeah.
And at first you're kind of like, what the hell is happening? But I have to say, as the movie progressed, because people blow up like no warning. It's like they're there 1 minute, next minute they're blowing up. So I had anxiety as the movie progressed where she's sitting talking to somebody. I'm like, is this the moment this person blows up or that person blows up?
Yeah. She experienced a similar anxiety.
Exactly. Everybody, because that's one of the things that they're all questioning. I just want to survive. Am I going to be the next one? That's why they get in this carpe diem sort of vibe. You know, I have to do the things that I've never done. That's why they get together, the lead couple, because it says, you know, what if it's me the next one? I gotta get shit done. So that's what he says. That was the kid says, and that's why he seeks this relationship with the lead girl. I've had a crush on you for 2 years, but I never dared to talk to you. But gotta get shit done.
Right, and it's almost like in retrospect, as the movie's ending, you realize, it is very much a carpe diem thing, where just because in the real world people aren't blowing up next to you, in reality, a car can hit the curb. Things happen. People get, shit happens in real life.
A sinkhole can swallow you.
things happen. A sinkhole, quicksand, 100%. So you got.
I have a question here. I gotta shriek and stop this for a moment.
Please do.
Are sinkholes the new quicksand?
I don't know, but
of these last generations fear more the sinkhole versus quicksand, like in our day.
I've seen some scary videos from sinkholes in Asia, and they're like swallowing cars and.
How about a national airport in New Jersey? How about that? Yeah. Just this week.
Didn't something happen in Florida where it was literally like a person was sleeping in their bed in their home, and suddenly there's a sinkhole just swallows them up?
That's the one that's brought up in the movie.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
The kid's mom. That's the one that she brings up in the end of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carl, I don't know where you're from, but I just say that's another reason why you don't move to Florida.
No, trust me. I don't want to live in Florida.
Nah.
No, it's bad.
I'm from Puerto Rico. Leave me here. We get our dose of hurricanes. We get everything. So yeah, it's okay. I don't want to be there.
No, if you're in Florida, you're diving into that sinkhole. Am I right?
I assume it's full of snakes and gators too at the bottom of the sinkhole.
And meth, yeah, the whole thing. Bath salts.
And gators.
And that would be a good thing.
100%. But it's like the message is very much like, don't wait. Do what you need to do now. Tell the people you love them today. Because who knows what's going to happen
Make bad
tomorrow.
choices quickly.
Now, this movie is ostensibly a comedy on some level, which explains why it's not literally 2 hours of a girl just in a fetal position crying in the closet, right? Yeah. They have to kind of accept the reality of the situation, have some anxiety, but not so much that they're like paralyzed. They have to still be able to tell the story of what's going on.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I like the most about the film, how it moves between different genres, because you look at the poster, you look at the promotional images, and you think, this is a silly rom-com or something like that. And it is a rom-com to a certain extent, but it's also a coming of age. It's also a bit of horror, kids blowing up. But then, like I said, towards the last act, it gets heavier, and it gets to this place where the drama overtakes everything else, and there's this grief and how this primarily the lead character has to deal with this trauma and this grief that she's going through, and it goes to some places that are not the places that you would expect a typical rom-com to go. So I think that's one of the things that I like the most, and it's very, very seamless. He navigates those genres from one to the other in a way that is very seamless, and I really like that.
Aaron, what did you think about the relationship between the leads?
You know what? I loved him. I was so sad when he popped. I was like, oh no. He was such a happy, sweet kid. I was like, oh no.
That was shocking. That was shocking. Because I mean, honestly,
here's my bandit where his jawbone hit me in the forehead. God.
But that's a yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I kept thinking her best friend was gonna be the one to blow up. So whenever they were sitting in the diner, I kept going, it's gonna be the friend. These two are gonna end up happily ever after. But in that moment where they're both kind of close up on their faces, talking to each other, I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't looking so good after all. And then Brad, bang. Good grief.
And, you know, it's a really very, very smart directorial choice, because, you know, the screen just goes full red and you just have to listen to process, okay, what happened? Which one blew up? Because you really don't know. Until then, you hear her narrating, you know, his jawbone hit me, or whatever. But it's a really, you know, the thing about the scar, you know, when there's a moment where she removes like the bandage and she starts looking at the scar, but then she smiles because in a weird way, she has like a permanent way to remember him, a sort of bizarre way to remember him, but it's something, you know.
It's like a brand. It's like a tattoo.
Yeah. So it's something weird, and something that I really like about the you know, to get into that deep angle of the film, because that moment where the boyfriend blows up, it's probably towards the third act, more or less half movie, third act, and there's this frenzy, this crazy, because kids start blowing up all of a sudden, a lot of them, because, and that's another thing that hadn't happened before. It was always like one kid blew up, then some days happened, another kid blew up, but then all of a sudden, boom, 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 a bunch of kids starts blowing up at the same time, and they're running, and they get separated, and when they finally get together, and you know, they're both looking for each other. You know, I want to make sure that you are okay. I want to make sure that you're okay. When they finally get together, it's like this relief, because you found your person. You know, okay, you're okay. I'm okay, and then boom, he blows up. And it makes me think, because after that she unravels, like I said, in this trauma and grief. What happens when you lose that person that is your safety? That's what she's experiencing. You know, this was the person that I felt relief when I found him, but then I lost that. What do we do? How do we recover? And where do we go when we lose that person? Whether it's, I don't know, or your parents or your spouse or your kids or whoever. And that's another thing. You know, the way that the film, the way that you can trace like lines to, you know, the obvious, and they even mention it, the obvious parallelism is school shootings, but you can also draw a line to terminal illnesses. You can also draw a line to maybe the pandemic, even though it came up at the same time, but you can draw a line now. And there's also this vibe about how it all means just growing up and drifting apart from those people that were your best friends when you were in high school. But
Carlos going deep, Kevin. He's going
for real.
Deep. I got, keep going, bro. Keep going.
Let me see if I wrote some jokes, because
no, go with it. I was like, you're right.
No, but they even mentioned it a couple of times. You know, they're talking about other things, but I think it's Mara, the lead character, talking with her parents, where she says, "Is this what adulthood is like?" And they're talking about other things, but they say, "Yeah, this is what it is." And there's part of the message of the film is that when you grow up, you lose your friends. I mean, how many of us are still in contact with high school friends? I mean,
right.
So. And you lose. I mean, you lose the fun, and there's a lot of that, I think, in the movie.
No, I absolutely agree. It is because she she's kind of a cynical character when the movie starts.
Yes.
And she meets this, like, her secret admirer, ever so briefly, comes in and kind of shows her a new way, right? Kind of lights, sheds light in her darkness to a certain degree, kind of lets her be kind of an optimistic, hopeful person, despite the explosions and viscera all around them. They have this moment of kind of sweetness, and to have it introduced to her and then taken away, because it's already like the tail end of the school year, if I'm remembering this correctly, before the bodies start dropping.
Yeah.
So it's only like the last few months of school. And then it was there so briefly, and then it's gone again. It's heartbreaking.
It's 7 months of kids exploding, because they say that the best friend at one point towards the end said, there's people have been blowing up for 7 months, and I just need to get on with my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the movie, and I can go on and on and on about a dozen things, but there's a lot of things that just, and as I was rewatching it yesterday, it hit me maybe harder, but there's this such a big deal when the first girl blows up, and there's this service at school where a girl is singing a song to her, and kids make this like decorate her locker and all that, and maybe there's the same for the second one. I think the second one was a football kid.
Yes.
But after that,
yes, yeah.
After that, you get desensitized. And again, to draw that parallelism to school shootings. School shootings is like, oh yeah, okay, to that, and then that's no big deal. Just to that. And it's just this cycle of repeating, okay, yeah, just another kid that blew up, okay, just another one that blew up, and it just keeps repeating, and you get, okay, yeah, I just need to go on with my life. So it's again, there's so much going on in this film that hits me and gets to me, and I that's why I love it.
Oh my God, I didn't think about any of that. I'm like, oh man, maybe I should have watched this again.
Am I blowing up your mind?
You're freaking me out, man. You are freaking me out. My eyes are open, Carlo. They are open.
It's interesting.
Just don't hit any of us with your jawbone.
If you could help it.
Unless Kevin wants a memory of you.
just an old bone sticking out. It's interesting because they really, I guess we're supposed to think that there's some kind of medical explanation for it, because they start taking pills and, they thought that they cured it, but then there was the big explosion of bodies. But then it seems like,
that everybody starts popping off.
Right? Because the movie's really not about the why, right? It's not a witch's curse, right? It's not alien invasion. Right. It's just kind of like, oh, by the way, this shit's going down. And it's kind of like what you were talking about, girl. Shit happens.
Shit happens.
And how do you react to it? What do you do with it?
Right.
And I think that's kind of interesting. It was kind of like I was just letting it wash over me. But as it was like she's getting on the bus to go do the beaches thing with her best friend, it was kind of like suddenly it dawned on me, okay, there's like a message to this as well. It's not just about the exploding bodies, which are normally my jam. It's more about it's about the choices we make once we realize that we're not immortal, right? That there is a countdown for all of us.
So,
yeah, you don't know when it's going to come.
My quicksand story.
Yeah, and making bad choices quickly. Was that it?
We're making better choices now.
No, but I like that. I like that the movie doesn't give a clear explanation. They, through all the course of the film, they mention is it drugs? They mention is it, I made a list, but never mind. They mentioned is it drugs? I think they mentioned aliens at some point. Yeah, they mentioned is it a
Facts.
curse? And they come up with like a lot of things, and they never explain why. It just stops happening at some point. And they think it's that the medication is working. No, the last batch was bad, and this batch is working. Uh, but then the lead character, when he's narrating, they say, I think they just want to keep selling me pills all my life. So they never settle on that why. And I like that. I like that ambiguity is sort of like hanging over whatever's happening, because
And she kind
it's
of
not all
wanted
that.
to
Yeah.
die even when her boyfriend was still alive, and kind of threw
Yeah.
the pill away, which may have saved her life. By wanting to die,
Oh,
she
Jesus.
lived.
Levels
The
on
moment where
levels.
she throws the pill, I think was after they were giving them the pills, and then I
Everyone
think
starts
that one
popping.
kid blew up. I think that one kid blew up when they were giving them the pill, and she was like, "Yeah, this is not doing anything" or something. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I think it was like, this is not doing anything.
Well, it's, the
I'm not
government
gonna
kind of
take the
scooped
pill.
them up like ET, right? Where they're all kind of
Yeah.
sequestered. It's interesting that it is just the seniors.
Elliot. Yeah.
Well, they did that. Elliot.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But the thing about the seniors goes back to to what I was saying, and which they mentioned. It's just the seniors. So is this like an adulthood thing? We're just
Yeah.
growing up, and
They were all 17.
as they graduate, it stops. So is it that?
Right.
So it's interesting to I don't know, to talk about it.
Absolutely. You guys have any other thoughts and feelings, or shall we go behind the scenes?
How about this quote? It could be worse. We could be Republicans.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'd rather blow up.
Move to Florida with the sinkholes.
I like the part how she would just wander into the liquor store and just take the booze because no one's going to stop her because they're afraid she's going to pop on them. She's supposed to be
Right.
a hobo wearing the same outfit every day, but she still bothered to put on full makeup and do her hair.
Right.
And what else? All that jazz soundtrack. I was like, Lil Bob Fosse in there. I love that.
There was the song that they danced
I haven't
to.
seen all that jazz. I need to see it.
Oh,
It's a good one.
Classic.
Roy
I
Scheider.
love all that jazz. Yep.
There was a scene where they
And-
danced together and they play that 80s song, and we danced.
Is
I
that
had to
from
download
all
that
jazz?
song.
Oh, okay. That's the scene at the barn, right?
Yes. Right.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was sweet. And it kind of was reminiscent to those movies in the 80s. Your Breakfast
Yeah.
Clubs are Pretty in Pink, ever so briefly. There's a lot going on in this movie.
I really appreciated his mom. Well, she was at the grave, and the mom kind of came over and was kind to her, and they were weird together. That was super sweet. And I
Yeah.
loved her parents. Her parents were like much chiller than I'd be. I'm like, God, I'd be screaming. I'd be doing this and that.
Yeah.
They were like
100%.
awesome. I mean,
And
what not to like.
about the scene with the mom, I thought that was a great scene because the main character Mara, she's just going through all this again, grief and trauma. She's literally laying there in front of the grave of her loved one. And the mom came and said, can I join you? And it's the mom the one that sort of gives her like a pep talk and this and that. But then Mara asks her, "Are you okay?" And she says, "No." So even though she's the one that sort of like giving her the pep talk, and she's not okay. I mean, she lost her son, and
And it's
just
okay
goes.
to be not okay.
Yeah. It goes to that thing, that hard times are not exclusive to teenagers who usually think, we are the ones that have it the worst, and her parents actually say that, but it's not exclusive to a certain age, or we're all going through shit, we're all going through hard times, we all go
Right.
through different things, and we all just have to keep winging it and just figure out how to survive.
Yeah.
100%.
How to move forward.
What do they say? It's like everybody's dealing with something that you don't know about. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's
Be
true.
kind. Everybody's dealing with something. Yeah.
Everyone's doing the best they can.
I'm still gonna be mad if you're being a B to me. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Fair. Good grief. Let's go behind the scenes, shall we?
Let's go, brother.
Yep.
The quote on Dylan's headstone, "I'll be right here," are the last words E.T. spoke to Elliot in the movie E.T. How about that?
Ah,
Elliot.
he designed it.
He did, right, from Beyond the Grave. By the way, there is no Bruce Springsteen song about a milk truck. And evidently there was supposed to be a subplot where he says his favorite Bruce Springsteen song about the milk truck, so that she will listen to all the Bruce Springsteen songs, trying to find that one as a way to trick her into becoming a Bruce Springsteen fan.
Oh my god,
that's a good one. And at the end she says, Bruce Springsteen is good, or something like that. She says.
Right. They kind of cut it. They cut the steps out of it, but this explains her line about Bruce Springsteen having great songs, and that she found out the hard way at graduation because she had to listen to all of his songs. So good stuff.
That's nice.
So, fun fact: don't care for Bruce Springsteen.
You know
How about
what?
that?
I have to say this. Growing up, I didn't really care about Bruce Springsteen either, but then I saw that movie that was kind of crappy, the one with Jeremy Allen White. And I was like, there's a couple songs I don't mind. So now I now have 3 Bruce Springsteen songs in the collection.
Does that movie have a name so I could have some point of reference? Or
what the hell was it called? It was called like...
It came out like last year, I think.
Yeah, it was like last December, like Bruce Springsteen.
Is it about Bruce Springsteen?
It was about him.
You know,
it was about him doing
the biopic fad.
Yeah, it was him doing the album that he did right before Born in the USA, the lesser successful Nebraska, which is why people think it was not a great choice. So
I told you I was with our sister Brianna at Nordstrom, and she clocked him walking through Nordstrom's, and I tried to chase him down and take a picture, but he was too fast for me.
In
For a
Bakersfield?
small man, he was moving quick. Yeah, by Nordstrom in Bakersfield. No, it was down in San Diego. We were in a posh mall.
Deliver Me From Nowhere is the name of the song.
Deliver Me From Nowhere. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something I was dying to see, but we've got those movie passes, so we literally see everything. We see it.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. And it wasn't that, look, movie didn't suck or anything. It wasn't like a horrible piece of shit. But it wasn't like, oh, damn, now I'm in. You know what I mean? So, such is life. Back to behind the scenes. When Mara is walking through town immediately after Dylan explodes, her appearance is an obvious nod to Carrie. She's also dressed as Carrie White for Halloween. So how about that?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful stuff. Let's talk about the
this
cast.
Movie's got something for everybody.
It truly does. Let's talk about the cast and crew. See what they have to say. Spontaneous was written and directed by Brian Duffield. You know him from. He produced Cocaine Bear. How about that?
Damn it! I still haven't seen that yet.
It's all right.
All right, that's it. Then I'm never gonna see it.
Because you want it to be funnier, right? It seems like it should have been
right.
like a knee slapper, and it's just kind of like a shrug emoji.
Yeah.
He wrote "No One Will Save You" in 2023, which I'm unfamiliar with.
I haven't seen it, but it got a lot of people talking about it, and it's a Hulu movie, and it stars only there's Caitlin Dever, the one that's in The Last of Us in season 2 of The Last of Us, and she's in she was in Justified season 2.
Justified, yes, I like her.
Yeah,
she's good.
Really, really, really good young actress. Yeah. And I haven't seen the movie, but when it came out, a lot of people started talking about it. This film is really good, and it's about aliens or something.
Okay, well, it's on the list now. Let's see. He wrote Spontaneous, and he was a writer for 8 episodes of Skull Island, which I'm unfamiliar with.
I believe I've heard that name, but I've never seen an episode.
Let's see. Let me look at just director.
Skull Island, isn't that Peter Pan? Is that where the pirates live on Skull Island, or is that where King Kong lives? I'm getting my movies.
I think it's the same place.
My Skull Island's confused.
It's King Kong.
Okay,
Skull Island.
King Kong.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, he directed Spontaneous and No One Will Save You, and upcoming movies. Vivian Hasn't Been Herself Lately, and something called Whale Fall, which I'm unfamiliar with either one. So keep on the lookout for those
movies
two.
About zombies and not about Alzheimer's.
Fair. Let's see. Catherine Langford played Mara. You know her from such things as Knives Out in 2019, playing Meg Thrombey. She was in Spontaneous in 2020. She was in Love, Simon in 2018. And she was in 29 episodes of 13 Reasons Why. So
I did not ever see that.
Seems like a lot of laughs. That's why I'm going to tune into that. Good grief. Let's see. Charlie Plummer played Dylan. You know him for 8 episodes of Looking for Alaska.
I've never heard of that in my life. Is that in another country, perhaps?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Is that Canadian?
He was in something called Lean on Pete in 2017.
He is a stranger to me.
He was in The Clove Hitch Killer in 2018.
I've heard about that one, but I haven't seen it.
And something called Share in 2019. Not about the singer.
If he could turn back time.
It's like To Share, allegedly.
Oh, sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Piper Perabo played Angela, the mother.
I know that Charlie was in The Long Walk. He was one of the Stephen King adaptation that came out like last year.
He was in that?
He was one of the walkers, the one that kept teasing everybody, and I think they all got shot, but
I was gonna say that to be more than that.
Spoiler. but he was in there, yeah.
Let's see. Piper Perabo was in Coyote Ugly in 2000. I remember that.
Never saw that.
She was in 12 episodes of Yellowstone as Summer Higgins.
Never saw that. Our mother will know that.
She was in The Prestige, playing Julia McCullough.
Yeah. All right, do like The Prestige.
And I have no recollection. Who the heck is Julia McCullough in The Prestige?
I think it's one of the wives, the one that dies drowned. The one that they tied the knot wrong. There are two that die.
Oh yeah,
at the beginning of the movie. At the beginning
Yeah.
of the movie, she drowns.
Yeah,
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I think it's one of the wives. She was also in a series that I saw. I gave up with it because it wasn't that good. But it's like a spy series called Covert Affairs.
75 episodes from 2010 to 2014. Yeah. She was the star of Covert Affairs.
Yeah. It wasn't that good.
Let's see. I mean, I remember. I don't think I ever saw it. In fact, I know I didn't see it, but I remember it existing. So that's something.
Yeah.
In your universe.
I mean, 4 years. That's a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Hubel played Charlie, the father. I think this guy is hilarious. He was in The Descendants in 2011. He was in I Love You, Man in 2009. He was in Seeking a Friend for the End of the World in 2012. And his immortal performance as Officer Watts in The Other Guys in 2010. You guys seen The Other Guys?
There are other things he's been in because I haven't seen any of those.
The Other Guys, his famous scene is when they recover Will Ferrell's Prius. He talks about how a bunch of homeless men had group sex in it and left a note saying, "Thanks for the F Shack, Dirty Mike and the boys."
I haven't seen it.
You have to. I go to the mat for The Other Guys. I think it is ridiculousness and hilarity. So check it out. Do you want to know what else Rob Hubel was in? He was in. He's currently on.
I'm looking it up right now.
Well, I have it right here. Would you like me to? Or would you like to look it up?
I'm just checking for the things that I may know. And apparently he is also a stranger.
To you. He's a dude who's kind of, a background, not a background actor, but kind of a guy who pops in, does something funny, and then mambos out. That's basically what he does. He's not the star of your favorite show.
I mean, I've seen some of the films that he's in, but I just couldn't place him. It's just like I hadn't seen him or known him from anything in particular.
Yeah, Stranger Danger.
Anybody else you guys want to know about? Any other performances you thought that were particularly? I know you don't, Aaron. You're like, hell no. Well, and on that note, let's slide on over to Rotten Tomatoes. Spontaneous currently has on Rotten Tomatoes 96% certified fresh. How about that? Boom.
That's strong.
Do you know what the audience gave it?
I'll tell you what. Our next movie is not going to be 96% strong.
That's fair.
Do you know what percentage of the movies you discuss are at a 90%?
Not many.
What did the audience give it, Aaron?
90.
68.
Good.
Whoa!
That's kind of a shocker. That's kind of a shocker.
68%
thought they were going to a horror fest, and instead they had to feel feelings.
Or a rom-com.
No one makes me feel my own feelings. Let's look at the top critics here. Megan Navarro from Bloody Disgusting says, between Duffield's direction, the breezy style, and Langford's infectious spirit, Spontaneous makes for a highly entertaining time that gives you all the feels. It's a coming-of-age story that has a blast killing teens.
The lead character, she did an amazing job.
Yeah,
she's good.
She's great.
Just super. She was just super.
I love that her performance. I mean, runs the gamut from everything from cynical, funny, charming, lovebird to traumatized, alcoholic, grief-stricken, everything. So yeah, she's great.
She's really good.
I mean, she was drinking a lot, but we were never really that worried. When she's making her exploding boyfriend drink for her father, where it's 95% grenadine. We're never really that worried that she was going to jump off the Tallahassee Bridge or anything. But it didn't go too dark, but it made you feel some feels.
Aaron, what was that song about Bobby Joe threw himself off the Tallahatchie Bridge? Is that a song?
Billy Joe McAllister. That's what I was referencing. Jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge.
Anywho.
Is that Springsteen?
Yes.
Some early.
Yes, it is.
Richard Roper.
Bobby Gentry.
Richard Roper from the Chicago Sun-Times says,
I was thinking you were saying Mr. Roper.
Maybe I am.
Come on, knock on my door.
Dark but astute, the twisted high school romance is full of clever touches and ends on a surprisingly wise note. 4 out of 4. Boom.
A perfect score.
Perfect score. Let's slide on over and talk to our controversial in-house movie critic and see what he has to say. This is...
I thought we were the in-house movie critic.
Fair. This is AI Rex Reed and see what he says. Spontaneous is a teen romance sprayed with exploding classmates and indie pop nihilism, desperately hoping that random human combustion counts as a substitute for depth.
Ooh.
Not a fan.
Very snarky.
Not a fan.
AI.
Now, in its defense, I always ask it to be snarky. I don't say give me a genuine, heartfelt review. So, you're forgiven, AI Rex Reed. Anywho. Aaron, what is your rating of Spontaneous?
At first, I was going to dismiss it. At first, I was like not really getting into it. And then it started to kind of pull me in. And once the boyfriend popped, I was like, oh no! And honestly, and I like the relationship with their best friends. Their goal is to have a beach house together when they're old and rotten and just smoke weed and throw rocks at kids that go by or something. That sounds fabulous. It was quirky and fun. I'm going to give it 3.85 out of 5.
Okay. That's respectable. Carlo, what is your rating?
I obviously I love it. I've spoken already a lot about it, and I think it's evident that I love it. I loved it when I first saw it like 2 or 3 years ago, and I think I loved it even more when I rewatched it yesterday. I wrote my Letterboxd review this morning, and I was torn between a 5 and a 4.5. I'm going to stay at the 4.5. I think it's a really strong movie for the reasons that I mentioned. I think I love the genre swap and that walking that fine line between multiple genres. I think the performances are great. And I think that what it has to say is great. Nobody knows what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Just shit happens, and you just have to know how to keep walking forward. So yeah, 4.5.
You know what? I want you to know. Don't wait to tell Spontaneous how you really feel. Okay? Don't wait. Seize the day.
I'm going to write to Brian Buffett right now. I'm going to friend him.
No, I was thinking about this because there are moments that are very sweet and poignant. There are moments, like I said, that I had genuine anxiety about if this kid's going to pop or that kid's going to pop. I think it is very effective because it's very easy to dismiss this as just kind of a typical kind of a teen kind of romp, but it had a genuine message that I think is real. and I'm giving it a 4. I'm giving it a solid 4. I thought this is a good movie. I would recommend people see it, of children of all ages and adults.
Very nice. Very nice.
There you go. Good stuff. Any last thoughts?
I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it before.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it, and I'm shocked by that. So, Carlo, thank you once again for introducing us to the love of spontaneous.
And for a very thoughtful review, I have to say. It was a very thoughtful review.
Sorry that I didn't bring enough jokes, but yeah.
No. It's not all fun and games. Sometimes you got to feel the feels. That's the lesson.
Let's do Crush the Skull. I know Crush the Skull is that would be a thing. Yeah.
I'm afraid of the feels I'm going to feel there.
No, I mean, look, there are times to have genuine emotions about something. Now, we've had guests on who are like, oh, it's my favorite movie, and it's a horrible piece of shit. So, you know what I mean?
And we're not afraid to say that.
Aaron's not. That's for goddamn show. I don't want to yuck someone's yum. Aaron has no issue with that at all. So
that is our whole purpose here.
No, it's
Every
not.
time we say a movie is an abomination, it's somebody's yum.
Fair.
They need to grow up.
They do.
Somebody's at home crying right now about our review of Cannibal Holocaust.
Fair. Oh, sweet Lord. So, thank you very much. We can be found across the social media landscape. We're on Threads, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. You can watch us on YouTube to see our smiling faces. Ooh la la. You can email us at the podcast that wouldn't die at Gmail. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review. Won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
I'm on Artsy and First Dibs, Instadreams Gallery, Aaron Doherty. I am on the Instagram, The Cult of Aaron. Join the cult.
Beautiful. Carlo, where can people find your good works?
My podcast, The Movie Loot, is available on any podcasting platform. You know, all the ones that you mentioned, where all the great podcasts are available. I am on most social media as Thief CGT, THIEF CGT. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on that other app. I'm on Instagram, even though I don't use it a lot. So yeah, you can find me on anywhere.
Are you on the Ticker Talker?
No, not really. I need to get on that.
You do. I was wondering because we have someone that occasionally responds to us with thief something or other. So that's why I thought maybe it was you.
It could just be
it's a nickname, Thief. Yeah, it's a thief.
Could be a thing. And Carl, I was going to say, we're going to put all of your links in the show notes so you can easily be found. So good stuff. Aaron, you know, we like to check in with our friends and family across the social media landscape. What are the streets saying?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you it's not from a friend or a family. Maybe new friends. But this is in regards to your WTF Conjuring 2. One Blood E.K. Hoon James just said Santeria. And Arcana just put LOL. They're so corny. And that's about it. I guess I need to post more.
I guess so. that was some slim pickings.
That was some scrape in the barrel.
Well, in any case, I appreciate that interaction. So, wherever you are, next week we're discussing the science fiction classic Demon Seed, which, spoiler alert, has no demons in it, although there is some seed. Okay, if you're paying attention. Starring Julie Christie. So that tells you what this is. This isn't from last year.
Poor Julie Christie was down on her luck.
100%. 100%. I read somewhere, it's like Warren Beatty saw the movie and promptly said, "Your career is over." So that was never.
That's the tagline for the movie.
It's on the poster. So, where can one watch Demon Seed? Well, that's an amazing question.
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
I think I gotta watch it tonight.
It's on Fubo with a subscription, Tubi with ads, Roku with ads, Plex with ads, Fossum with ads.
Tubi. That's all you need to say.
Chilling with subscriptions. You can, if you want to, you can rent it at Prime Video for $3.99 or Apple TV for $3.99 if you want. But I tell people,
no, I don't.
We do not want that. If it's on
Tubi's
Tubi,
your friend.
Tubi is your friend. Love Tubi. So check that out.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Tubi. Yeah.
100%. It's like I go on. I can't stop singing the praises. I'll go in there. I'm like, hey. Now I'm watching Miami Vice. Hey, now it's some Giallo thing. Hey, here's some early Jeff Bridges. That's the best part of
Tubi. They have a lot of Giallo.
100%. Movies that you vaguely remember from the 80s, they're on Tubi. So check it out.
Yeah. Movies you hadn't even heard of. Yeah.
100%.
Are waiting for you.
They're waiting for you.
And don't worry, it'll decide what you're going to watch next anyway. You just roll, let it roll.
Just let it roll. Oh, sweet Lord. So send in your favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So thank you very much. And thank you, Carlo, for joining us once again.
You're welcome. I hope, like I said, I hope that I blow your mind.
Eyes are opened, as I said. Eyes are opened.
100%. So, thank you very much, and be well!